to So You're Interested In, the show where I break down an artist's discography in order to give you, the viewer, the best possible jumping off point in order to get into their catalog. On this installment, we're going to be talking about the hardcore band One Step Closer. Hailing from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, this aggressive group got their start in the mid-2010s. Carrying the torch of epic Wilkes-Barre bands like Title Fight and Cold World is no small task, but One Step Closer is not only up for the challenge, they invite it. Playing a mix of hardcore, post-hardcore, and even a bit of emo, this outfit has excelled with each new release. Their melodic vocals still have a significant bite, just as their catchy riffs still pack a punch. In a world where hardcore bands are bigger and better than ever, One Step Closer respects the roots of the genre while propelling the sound forward in new and interesting ways. Their catalog isn't too terribly deep yet, so now is the time to get into this band before they blow up and you get called a poser. Not by me, of course, but the other freaks. So to help you out, I'm going to be recommending 2 albums and 3 individual tracks that you're going to need to check out to take one step closer into getting into One Step Closer. Not my finest work, I know, just roll the transition. The first One Step Closer record to check out should be their 2021 LP, This Place You Know. Despite wholly being a hardcore outfit, One Step Closer does not shy away from the other musical influences in their lives, pulling sounds from emo and post-hardcore amongst many others. They play their material fast and loud, but aren't afraid to add melodic elements to their brutal aggression and anger. Take the album's opening track, I Feel So, as a great example. Right out the gate, the sucker punches you in the gut with explosive riffs and ear-rupturing drum smacks. One Step Closer makes it clear from the jump that this is all-out war. Yet even through their sonic terror, they're able to yank a page out of Have Heart's book by incorporating a gorgeous melodic mindset to this mosh-inducing ripper. The train doesn't slow down there though, as the following cut, Lead to Grey, continues this oral assault. It's nearly impossible to not get lost in the grooves that are smattered about the instrumental. Their intensity is channeled through this in a machine-like manner, cogs in an angry machine, if you will. The lyrics are outstanding too, with my favorites being, Brought me back to face the ghost that I'll never see. Only shadows leave this life with me. Lead to Grey will undoubtedly get you in your feels much more than you'd probably anticipate. Same goes for the excellent song, Pringle Street. If I had to pick just one song from this project that best personifies One Step Closer's ideology, it'd have to be this one. The entire sonic scope of this song is all over the place, yet they somehow meet in the middle of this wild Venn diagram to find a cohesive sound that kicks ass. The riffs are choppy and punchy, the drums are working overtime, and the vocals are some of the most lively in all of their catalog, which is certainly saying something. The mix of hardcore, emo, and post-hardcore is at its most potent with Pringle Street, specifically the streaking guitar licks that whiz by your head in the hook. This is a certified club classic, so don't skip out on it. Before we move on to the next album, we should take a couple of seconds to talk about the penultimate track, Chrysanthemum. There's a good chance that this is the angriest song on This Place You Know, which obviously is no small feat. The intense emotions in the vocals feel like they seep deep into the instrumental at large, giving every riff an extra burst of pain. I'll be damned if you aren't screaming out, but there's no cry for help when you're slowly sinking after a first listen. Sure, this will probably lead to you punching a sizable hole through some perfectly innocent drywall, but the grooves will also have you bumping and moving like a wild child. Chrysanthemum was my favorite when This Place You Know first dropped, and it continues to be a staple in various hardcore playlists. As you can see from what I've just laid out, there are so many different reasons to give this album a chance, even if you aren't a fan of hardcore in general. If you're looking for intense, passionate, and aggressive songwriting and performances, then look no further than This Place You Know. Next up, you're gonna have to spin the band's latest release, 2024's All You Embrace. While One Step Closer certainly takes a softer approach to this LP soundscape, that doesn't mean you're gonna leave it without some bruising. All You Embrace tries its hand at a more rock radio-friendly style, and it actually works out rather well. You still get high-flying, energy-blasting hardcore cuts, but there is a more melodic edge to the vocals, encouraging the listener to sing along. The first track that I want to bring up is Leap Years, which actually goes against literally everything that I just said. This is an absolutely electric, old-school hardcore cut that is brought into a modern context with crystal clear production. The hook is huge and inviting, something I can see being belted out during a headlining festival set. Leap Years is pure nitrous, taking no prisoners aboard its Spitfire roller coaster ride. Plus, you can't deny that the bass in the intro doesn't sound utterly magnificent. Getting back to that slightly softer sound, we have Your Hazel Tree. If you like the album Floral Green by Title Fight, then this is going to be the song for you. The mixture of the ultra grizzled, jagged vocals and hot searing guitar licks melds like an irresistible sweet and sour candy. It's a really well constructed tune with fun breakdowns and call outs that'll be sticking in your head for a while. The real big softie that I want to bring up on this track list is the song Esric. The heaviest parts of this song come not just from the devastating vocals, but also the methodic percussion smacks and direct guitar riffs. It leans much more into 2000s and 2010s emo than one might expect, but One Step Closer finds a way to pull it off. I can't say Esric was my favorite upon a first listen, but it has grown on me immensely with each passing spin. Finally, before we get into the tracks, I need to mention the tune Giant's Despair. When I said that One Step Closer tried to write more rock radio friendly songs, Giant's Despair is the first one that comes to mind. Now, usually when I say rock radio, I say so in a derogatory way, but Giant's Despair beats all of those allegations. This is an absolutely massive cut, bursting with the energy of 1,000 suns. It's written to perfection, building and releasing tension like an intense form of yoga. Giant's Despair is as impactful as it is enjoyable, especially with the horns that so graciously close this song out in the most cinematic of ways. All You Embrace is not going to be the all-out rager that This Place You Know was, but you still get to hear One Step Closer dipping their toes into many different genre wells, resulting in an album that will hook you from the get-go. Now that we're through with the albums, let's talk about some tracks. The first One Step Closer track that you should be checking out is From Me to You, which is the title track to their 2019 EP. This was actually the first song that turned me onto One Step Closer when it first dropped, and I still consider it to be one of their very best. It's emotive as all hell, riding the waves of the choppy, intense riffs with these vocals that are more akin to Rites of Spring than they are more modern hardcore releases. The hook is instantly memorable, and you'll be shouting along like you're in the front row of a sold-out show. To me, this is the absolute crux of One Step Closer's musical mindset. If you end up digging From Me to You, then I have no doubt that you'll be able to get into the rest of their catalog. Which is great because you're not going to want to miss out on a song like Dark Blue from their 2023 EP, Songs for the Willow. Ryan Savitsky's vocals on here are unrelenting in an almost necessary way. Like if he lets his guard down for a second, then the whole thing will fall apart. It's raw and intense, finding a way to bridge the sonic gap between This Place You Know and All You Embrace, whether that was intentional or not. Dark Blue also has some incredibly vivid lyrics, my favorites being, I could wish I had enough to say goodbye as the months go by and the blue jays fly to the apple trees tonight, just make me numb inside. Hell yeah, that is some good shit. Be sure to give this one a spin. Finally, I think you should check out the live version of Autumn from the band's 2021 Audio Tree live session. This is already a killer cut from This Place You Know, but this live recording gives you a better idea of how One Step Closer operates on stage. There's no denying that Autumn is a hard song, and hearing it in a live context only adds an extra dose of heavy. It's played with methodic precision, as each member tears their parts to shreds. And while this isn't necessarily my favorite track on that live recording, I think it will paint a clearer picture in a new listener's head of what a One Step Closer set entails. Plus, I always think it's fun to hear the differences between a studio recording and a live session, but hey, that could just be me. Regardless, this ripper is worth the old college try, so go ahead and give it a shot. And that is going to conclude my video covering One Step Closer. Links to all the albums and tracks discussed here will be located in the video description box below. Scroll down even further to the comments section where you can let me know if you liked any of the albums or tracks that I picked here. Maybe you're already a huge One Step Closer fan and you think that I completely fucked up this list. That's fine, go to the comments and let me know. While you're down there, feel free to recommend any artists that you would like to see covered on So You're Interested In. I might not get to it right away as I do have a bit of a backlog that I'm working through right now, but please, I take every single suggestion seriously. And if you have not done so already, please make sure to subscribe to Forever Spinning for more videos just like this every single week. As you've probably noticed, I haven't uploaded a video in quite some time, but then again, as of right now, I'm back and I plan on doing this for the foreseeable future. Your support really does go a long way, so please continue to keep it up. I really appreciate it. But as it stands, I don't really have any other new videos to pimp, so I'm just gonna go through my usual reminders for you to go out and support your local record store if you are able to, along with the local artists in your area, and well, till I see you next time, happy listening.